Want to know how to protect you and your family from identity theft so random people don't open credit cards in your name? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you step by step on how to both apply a credit freeze for an adult 18 plus and for your children. Instead of telling you about all the numbers I found about people losing their identity, I'm just gonna let this mom right here tell you.
So my son was like 14 and checks his credit. Hear him scream, "Mom!" He had a $135,000 mortgage.
A credit freeze limits people's access to your credit report from the 3 financial bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and Transunion. As of September 21, 2018, it is now free for anyone to freeze their credit. By putting a freeze on you and your children's credit history, it makes it that much more difficult for people to impersonate and open up financial accounts or credit cards. Before you start, remember to have your social security information ready to go. Step 1, you'll want to make sure that you have an account with all 3 credit bureaus. Step 2, go to Transunion website right here, transunion.com. Go to member login, click, go to service center, logging into my account. I'm gonna click credit freeze right here. You're available to add a freeze. Add a freeze, created a PIN. All right, your freeze is now in place. All right, now your thing is frozen. I'm gonna start with Equifax. Let's go to my Equifax or equifax.com. Go log in, sign into my Equifax. Place a freeze on the top right area. Place a freeze. Place a freeze. And that's it. All right, the last credit bureau, Experian. I'm gonna go to sign in, top right. I'm going to sign in to your account. I'm gonna sign in. All right, I don't want to pay for anything. Skip. Experian makes it very difficult to find it. Go to protection. Go to protection plan. Go to security freeze. Then go to frozen and toggle. There you have it. Now it's all frozen, all 3 credit bureaus. To apply a credit freeze for a minor, all 3 credit bureaus require you to mail in copies of your documentation. They cannot do this online. Starting off with Transunion. Transunion does not provide a form. They request a written letter specifically stating, "I want to request a protected consumer freeze for the named individual." They require copies of documentation. Transunion requires a copy of your birth certificate to demonstrate your relationship or parentage to your minor, a government issued ID that can basically your driver's license that prove your identity, and also your child's identity, copy of the social security and or the birth certificate will suffice. In the description below, there's an example of the letter that I used to apply for a credit freeze on all 3 of my children. Next, Experian. Experian actually has a better service than Transunion. You don't have to write out your own letter. Go to the minor request form and you can actually fill in all their information, and then including your information and the minor's information, your residential, and then why you're applying for it, and then you can print out the form. Experience documentation requires the form that you printed, driver license or government issued ID to prove your identity, a copy of a bank statement or utility bill to demonstrate your physical address, a copy of your child's birth certificate, and proof of guardianship if it's not already on the birth certificate, and finally a copy of the child's social security card. Finally, for Equifax, you can go to their website for freezing your child's credit report, and then they actually have a form for you to fill out. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the page where you can ask for the request form. This will open the minor security form. Please fill it out. It's very similar to Transunion. Exceeding the freeze, your name, your information, your children's information, and also Equifax actually requires only 2 pieces of information: your identity, your driver's license will suffice, and also the birth certificate for the minor. I've put all the links in the description on how to access the 3 credit bureaus web pages for putting a credit freeze on a minor. And if you ever want to reverse the freeze, I'll show you how to quickly unfreeze/thaw your credit account. Frozen, I'm going to show you how to temporarily thaw freeze. You can select the start date and then your end date, and then click continue, and then you will be processed. I wish that applying a credit freeze for a minor was just as easy for an adult and just going online and doing a couple of clicks. Unfortunately, it's going to require a little bit of effort. However, I honestly believe that it's a worthwhile investment to protect your children and save you the hassle from having to deal with identity theft from people opening up credit cards or loans in your children's names. If this video was useful to you, remember to click the subscribe button down here and follow for more videos on how to help your family travel for more for less.